And this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Fiat Punto. I think it's the Evo model they call it, 1.3 diesel, and it's the Eleganza. Mileage at the start of this road test is 60,481 miles, and the registration number is WV10ETL. The reason we do the videos is so that anyone interested in buying the cars we're selling actually get to see the cars in operation prior to come to see us. That way, if there's any issues on the car, we can relay them back to you. As I always say, we know just how frustrating it is to see what looks like a nice car in the pictures, only to get there and find out there's an obvious and fundamental problem with it, which you should have been told about before setting off to go and see the vehicle. And so hence that's why we do it. It's also done on the very quiet country roads, very close to our premises, on the same road test routes we normally go on. So hopefully be representative of what you'd feel yourself. Just a very brief background to this particular car. As you'll know from our website and the cars we sell, generally speaking, predominantly we sell Honda and Lexus cars. That's what we've always done. There's always a kind of a smattering of others, including, as with this one, part exchanges. This one came in very recently to us. Chap bought a Honda Civic from me, and this was his car, so hence that's why we're selling it. It's also the reason why we're selling it at a price which is, certainly at the time of doing the video, substantially cheaper than anything else for the age, mileage and specification of the car. It's because this isn't the type of car we normally sell, so we like to keep the website clear for the cars that we do choose. So coming to the car itself, car starts absolutely instantly, settles to a very smooth idle. There's no sort of fluctuations in it, clutch in or out, it stays exactly the same. There's no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or the gearbox of the vehicle, so all in fine order there. Engine pulls very well. There's no so the engine pulls very well. It's strong from low revs, as is the norm for diesel cars, quite clearly, but it feels punchy in its power delivery, and sounds, I assume, exactly as they should, because it's certainly generally quiet in operation, apart from the obvious diesel noise you get from any diesel car. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch on the car is smooth in operation. Bite point seems to be where it should be on a car this sort of type, I'm guessing, because obviously I've got no previous experience of them. So it's but so judging it by the other cars we sell, it's sort of a very similar bite point. But it said it's very smooth in operation. There's no discernible difference in engine notes when the clutch is in or out, and there's no vibrations at all. Clutch then goes into the 5-speed gearbox. All the gears engage with there's no crunching or slack in the linkage at all. And again, it's always difficult this, because I haven't got experience of these particular gearboxes either. So when you're dealing with Hondas and Lexus, you get used to your own. But the gears seem to engage very well indeed. All the gears are fine. Compared to the Honda gearboxes, it's quite long and throw, which is different, but not necessarily a bad thing. So in terms of the powertrain of the car, all seems to be in fine fettle. Steering of the car tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back to the steering wheel of the vehicle at all at this or any other speed up to the legal limit that I've experienced. It also feels nice and tight on the road. There's no sort of slack in the steering. It doesn't feel as though it's got great sort of wear in it. Sometimes cars can feel just a bit loose, but this doesn't. It feels quite sort of nippy and direct, which again I guess is the way they've been set up. Chassis of the vehicle, really surprising actually. It's very, very comfortable. I remember Fiats years ago with like little roller skates. They darted around corners, but they sort of bounced around down the road. But this is much more civilised. It's compliant. There's not a lot of body roll. It feels it's just a nice, compact, chuckable little car. And what I'm looking for on video, of course, is just signs of wear in the suspension of the vehicle, and what that normally shows up as is just kind of like little knocks or bangs from underneath the vehicle, which are normally just like rubber bushes, anti-roll bar links, little drop links, that kind of stuff, but there's nothing on it. It seems very, very quiet indeed under here. It just feels nice and solid actually, which again, you know, my previous experience of Fiat over decades has not always been the case. So, but no, it feels nice. Also nice and quiet in here. So again, door seals, windscreen seals all seem to be in good order. Looking around inside the car, it's actually a really nice modern interior. No squeaks, no rattles, all very nice, nicely finished in, you know, this sort of glossy sort of radio, which is obviously bespoke to the car, I guess. You've got dual zone climate control that's pumping out absolutely ice cold air, so that's all functioning exactly as it should. Likewise, all the dials and gauges, very Italian in their styling, which is quite a nice thing to be fair, but all working and functioning exactly as they should. The temperature gauge is running at a half, which I'd have to check on Google, but I seem to remember another Fiat car that we had running at the same, so again I would assume that's exactly where it should be. But just actually drives very, very nicely. As I said, the point of the video actually is to pick up on any issues, no matter how trivial. But to be fair to it, I can't find anything at all to report back. It drives very, very nicely indeed. If, however, of course, I've missed something, don't hesitate. Do please give us a call.